Tonight on EKB Evening News at 6, a Pike County couple worries about the future of their home as a mudslide threatens. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jill Fraley-Dotson in for Cindy Mae Johnson.
And I'm Gary Sloan. We begin tonight with a developing story in Floyd County. One person is dead following a residential fire in the Little Mud Creek area. Betsy Lane Volunteer Fire Department responded to the blaze this afternoon and requested mutual aid from Hurricane. Now, we have confirmed that one person has died in that fire. EKB News will bring you more information on this story as soon as it becomes available.
At the Red Creek of Shelbyana, a couple has been powerless to do anything as a mudslide has slowly begun to engulf their home. Now they worry that the next heavy rainfall will bring more of the mountain down on top of them. EKB News reporter Courtney Lovern went to Red Creek to speak with them.
Wayne and Pauline Hall live on Red Creek Road at Shelbyana, and times have been a bit difficult for the couple as a large mudslide hit their house nearly a month ago. There's no definite answer on whether the slide was caused by the heavy rains eastern Kentucky has received lately or a possible abandoned mine. The mudslide occurred on April 3rd, and Wayne Hall described how things happened that night.
I kept hearing something pop. It popped 3 times. And after it popped those 3 times, my wife come to the door in there where I sleep at and said we had something going on outside.
The Halls have no insurance to help with the slide because of past home improvements they've added on over the years. Their air conditioning unit and heat pump were affected, and they've had no heat since the slide. A mine representative came to survey the damage and gave Hall some advice.
And he told me I need to move. And I said, I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't know what to do.
Their neighbors Damus and Naomi Ramey also suffered some damage from the slide, with water flooding their basement and piles of dirt landing in their yard. The Halls are hoping to receive help sometime soon.
I'm not asking them to replace things. I just want them to maybe get this mud and dirt stuff out of my yard to where I can get my unit, my air conditioning and heating unit back.
Reporting for EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Courtney Lovern.
We can now bring you more details of an accident that closed US 23 near Allen Baptist Church in Prestonsburg last night. Prestonsburg police still have not released the names of those involved in the crash, but are able to paint a rough picture of what happened. According to police, a red Hyundai Elantra was attempting to pull into the parking lot of Kentucky Pain Physicians when the accident occurred. According to police, the driver of the Hyundai had to be airlifted from Highlands Regional Medical Center to Pikeville Medical Center, where she remains in intensive care. The driver of the Corvette was reportedly treated and released, but a pregnant passenger remains hospitalized in critical condition. Officials stayed on the scene for several hours, recreating the accident to try to learn more. Assistant Chief Gerald Clark says it's still not known why the Hyundai pulled in front of the Corvette.
Can you tell me what happened on the scene?
At this time, the only thing we can figure out, the red car was coming south, the Corvette was coming north, and the little red car over the hill cut in front of it. And that's all we know at this time. It's still in.
At this time, no charges have been filed as a result of that accident. 4 members of a Stanville community family are facing drug trafficking charges following an internal investigation at the Floyd County Detention Center. According to investigator Lieutenant Parker DeRosset, the scheme came to light as a result of a routine monitoring. Rodney Thompson was in jail and allegedly requested that his wife, Norma Jean Thompson, bring him Suboxone strips on 2 occasions. Norma Jean Thompson was allegedly assisted on one of those occasions by Rodney Thompson's father, Orville Thompson. Rodney Thompson's mother, Rosina Thompson, allegedly supplied the Suboxone strips. All 4 are facing at least 1 count of drug trafficking. After she was arrested, officials allegedly found 5 more Suboxone strips hidden among Norma Jean Thompson's effects, earning her an additional charge.
Coming up, officials are reminding ATV riders of safety considerations following a week of multiple accidents.
And the East Kentucky Leadership Conference got underway in Pikeville this morning. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Leaders from all over eastern Kentucky are in Pikeville today and tomorrow sharing ideas for economic development as part of the East Kentucky Leadership Conference. EKB News reporter Shelby Steele went to the conference and brings us this report.
The East Kentucky Leadership Foundation's annual conference provides an opportunity for everyone to learn, teach, and lead. The foundation is working to help eastern Kentucky counties build the economy through healthcare, tourism, education, government, and the arts. Peter Hilly, East Kentucky Leadership Foundation Board Chairman, says this is a way for community members to shore ideas for a brighter future.
This conference really grew out of eastern Kentucky. This is our 27th year, I believe. And we have been bringing people together to address the issues of this region for all these years because we know that we have got wonderful resources and incredible people in this region, but we also know that we've got great challenges to address, not just the immediate challenges with the more recent loss of jobs in the coal industry, but also the long-term challenges of addressing economic distress in our communities.
Former Kentucky Governor Paul Patton says it's important for leaders in our area to come together to discuss ideas and share experiences.
We need to get to know each other better, and we do try to get people from all over the region, all the way from Ashland to Somerset. The conference moves from year to year to different communities within the region. So getting to know the other people in the region better is a part of it, and getting to exchange ideas and try to find something new.
A roundtable discussion on empowering women to leadership was held during the conference's morning session. Kay Hammond, Executive Director of the Appalachian Pregnancy Care Center in Pikeville, says it's important for women to become leaders in their community.
It's very important to have in our area because people throughout the state of Kentucky come to Pikeville and they can see what we have to offer and to just network with us and really the session I just got out of, empowering women, that they can see what successful women and men that we do have in this area.
For EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Shelby Steele.
The past week has seen numerous wrecks involving ATVs, including some causing serious injury and at least one death. And with warmer weather arriving, officials are expecting even more accidents to come. EKB News reporter Shannon Deskins tells us more in this report.
During a span of 4 days this week, emergency crews in Pike County have responded to 3 separate ATV crashes. Saturday night, a Kemper man was killed after the ATV he was riding overturned into a creek. Yesterday, 2 separate ATV crashes sent both riders to the hospital. And with warmer weather finally here, first responders throughout the region expect those numbers to climb.
The UTV and ATV accidents, we've already had several in the county so far this year. One actually resulted in a fatality. What we'd like to ask people, that if they're going to utilize a UTV or ATV, one, be familiar with it, be trained on it. People don't realize the weight and size of some of these ATVs, UTVs, comparable, they have more horsepower and torque than a race car.
Trail riding with four-wheelers and side-by-sides is a very popular pastime in eastern Kentucky, and with hundreds, if not thousands of miles of old strip mining roads, there is no shortage of places to explore. However, Lindsay explained that having so many places to ride can actually be a bad thing if an ATV crash occurs.
If you're going to ride, let somebody know what area you're going to be in. Give them an estimated time of when you're going to return. Carry a cell phone. A lot of people go outside the normal area. They go to other counties. And you ask them, well, where'd you ride? Well, I went to so-and-so, but then we hit the mountain. We went up a holler and hit the mountain. So what mountain? I have no idea. If something was to have happened, even with a cell phone, and they called in, it would have been hard to locate that patient.
In recent years, Kentucky has consistently reported some of the highest numbers of ATV-related deaths in the nation, and the majority of those have been attributed to the rider not wearing a helmet. For EKB Evening News at 6, I'm Shannon Deskins.
Grand juries on both sides of the state line have been busy this week. A Mingo County grand jury returned 39 indictments yesterday, led by 16 drug cases and 2 cases involving sexual assault of children. Other charges include 7 property crimes, 3 violent offenses, 3 cases related to drunk driving, 6 cases of child abuse or neglect, and 1 identity theft. Those charged by the grand jury will be arraigned Monday afternoon. Meanwhile, in Pike County, 16 more people were indicted, including 1 for second-degree rape and 3 for drug trafficking. 7 others were charged with burglary and/or theft.
The numbers have finally been tallied for the recent Judy's Place for Kids 5K, and records were broken. Organizers say the 8th annual Judy's Place for Kids Run for Courage 5K cleared $5,000 more than last year, netting more than $17,000. The executive director, Laura Kretzer, says the race drew runners from several states and raised awareness and money for the Child Advocacy Center serving Floyd, Johnson, Magoffin, Martin, and Pike counties. Judy's Place for Kids receives funding from state and federal governments, but also needs to raise nearly $50,000 per year to provide valuable services to children. Well, coming up, the Reds sought to wrap up a series sweep of the Brewers today. Andrew Joyce will be in to tell us how they did.
But first, EKB Chief Meteorologist Lathan Hopkins will be in with our forecast. We'll be back in just 2 minutes. We have seen an absolutely beautiful day. A little on the chilly side, but we'll take that as long as the sun's out, Lathan.
Upper 50s, low 60s today, but tonight
Little different
we are
story.
down for some of us in the upper 20s. Get ready for that for the Friday morning commute. The Doppler radar, nice and dry all across eastern Kentucky, western West Virginia, southwest Virginia. As a matter of fact, we're kind of in between 2 systems, one to the north and to the east, the other to the southwest. You see the cloud cover just to the northeast, but across Kentucky, West Virginia, much of Virginia, a pretty much cloudless day for today. It was a beautiful day. Temperature-wise, 61 right now, Pikeville, Prestonsburg. We have 59 in Inez and Paintsville, 63 in Williamson. Already reporting a few 50s as well, 58 in Logan, 53 the cool spot in Dorton, 57 in Wise, and 60 right now in Whitesburg. Officially at the National Weather Service office in Jackson, we did hit 60 degrees for the afternoon high. Normally this time of the year we should be around 70 degrees, so well below average for this time of the year. The official low went down at 36, and we had to hit 25 to get to that record, so that did not happen. Now tonight, that could be a different story. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Now this is one of the computer forecasting models showing widespread 20s across eastern Kentucky, western West Virginia, southwest Virginia. I think upper 20s will be a good bet. As a matter of fact, forecast low tonight going down at 28 degrees. Now the current record is 32. That was set back in 2005. So if we hit that 28, we will shatter that record. Again, that was set 10 years ago. Now, of course, with temperatures dropping, upper 20s, low 30s, we do have a freeze warning in effect. Mingo, Logan County, also Buchanan and Dickinson counties from 1 o'clock tonight all the way through 9 o'clock Friday morning. The same deal, eastern Kentucky, Pike, Floyd, Johnson, Martin, Knott, Fletcher counties, all included in that freeze warning. Now, this is upgraded. We had that frost advisory that was issued, but of course it was upgraded to the freeze warning once we saw the temperatures were going to continue to drop tonight into the 20s. Now, we do make a nice recovery tomorrow. We're back in the mid-60s across the region, so just going to be a quick little hit of some of that colder air. Now here's how everything plays out on the satellite and radar composite. You'll see the showers to the north or the showers to the south or north. But on the surface map, I want to show you what's expected. Now tomorrow, again, is expected to be a pretty nice day. Partly sunny skies, but here comes the rain showers moving in Friday night and especially during the day on Saturday. Some of that could be locally heavy at times. Models are trying to dry things out early Saturday afternoon. If we get some sunshine mixed in there at times on Saturday, we could see a line of strong to even severe thunderstorms. That will be something to watch. On top of that, the potential for heavy rain. It looks like we may see maybe an inch up to 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain Saturday alone. And I don't have to tell you, after the very soggy month so far, that could lead to additional threats of flooding across the region. All right, let's talk about that pollen count, sponsored by Faith Pharmacy, Adams Plaza in Pikeville. Tomorrow, of course, dry weather, so the pollen count will approach the high category at 9.7 out of a possible 12. Rain moving in Saturday, the pollen count drops to 4.3 and then back to 7.1 in the medium category by Sunday. 5-day forecast, 66 degrees for tomorrow after an overnight low of 28 tonight. Showers and storms likely Saturday, those ending a little bit later in the day on Sunday. And then we get 1 day to dry out before more showers move in for Tuesday of next week. So if you have the plants outside, if you have the garden started, and maybe the plants are trying to peek out of the ground, you better cover them up tonight.
You've been warned, right?
Warning. You have been warned.
All right, Lathan. Thank you. The University of Pikeville will be hosting a reading of the latest issue of the Pikeville Review Monday evening. The spring 2015 edition of the magazine is out now, featuring local fiction, nonfiction, and poetry. On Monday, many of the authors will be on hand to read their submissions to this issue. Organizer Amanda Runyon says the magazine fills an important role for the region.
I think there's something that everybody can relate to in these stories, and that's kind of the purpose of doing something like this, is to be able to celebrate our culture and what's important to the people. I mean, people write about ultimately what's important to them,
right.
You know, whether it's their memories or their life or just an idea that is present in their lives. And so we're able to preserve that, able to see what's important to the people of the area, and it's just a great record.
The reading will begin at 6 o'clock Monday evening in the Chrisman Auditorium at U-Pike. Certainly something to look forward to. Mark your calendars now.
Absolutely. Sounds like a nice event.
Certainly.
We'll be back with sports in 2 minutes.
You've got to be thinking about it on every pitch. Jim Mergelman reminding him, hey, this guy throws a lot of breaking balls. He's known for balls in the and not even close.
Well, the Cincinnati Reds was in action, and how'd they do, Andrew?
They needed a good series in Milwaukee, and they got win number 3 last night. That's 3 of 4, and they win the series over the Brewers. Last night, after Billy Hamilton led off the game with a single, the speedy outfielder slides headfirst into second. He's 9 of 9. The Reds have stolen 17 bases without being caught this season. Hamilton went on to score Cincinnati's first run. Then Johnny Cueto pitched 8 solid innings, a career-high 125 pitches, including this 2-out punch-out of Adam Lind, and hit the game winner. Hamilton on the wild pitch will score standing up. Reds win. Reds win. Of course, on this wild pitch, the curveball in the dirt. Nobody can catch Hamilton, the fastest player in the major leagues. We'll look at it one more time. Not even close, as Rodriguez tries to get the tag. Then Aroldis Chapman comes on in the ninth, strikeout 102 miles per hour. Then a weak pop-up. That's out number 2, as Jay Bruce will smother that. And then Aroldis Chapman does what Aroldis does for his 4th save of the season. Fastball 101, strikeout, Reds win 2-1. This afternoon, Cincinnati starter Homer Bailey allowed 2 runs on 7 hits in 5 2/3 and left with the score tied, but the bullpen gave up 2 while Cincinnati bats fell silent. The Brewers salvaged the win 4-2, snapping an 8-game losing streak. Kyle Loesch, the winning pitcher. Kevin Gregg takes the loss for Cincinnati. The Reds managed just 4 hits on the day. Next up, the Reds host the Cubs at Great American Ballpark this weekend. And there was plenty of local baseball action yesterday. First time in a long time with the weather holding up. In 58th District action, Allen Central doubled up Prestonsburg 8-4. The Rebels take command of top seed in the district. Wyatt Crisp with the drive to the left center field fence to get things started. That puts the Rebels up by 2. Then Colton Parsons gets in on the action with this sac fly. Bailey Sloan with the catch. However, Tanner Hamilton will tag and will score. Rebels up 3, score 5-2. Dylan Lawson grounds one to shortstop. He'll beat out the throw as the first baseman pulled off the bag. Jesse Osborne, the courtesy runner for Crisp, wouldn't make it to the plate in time before being tagged out. Coaches don't like the call. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Prestonsburg trying to battle back with a drive to center by Travis Powers, giving him a double. Reese Eisen would then line one to the left. There it is, the liner. But it wasn't enough as Allen Central came on top, 8-4 over the Black Cats at Stonecrest. In other action, Jackson City got the 9-7 win over South Floyd in 57 district action. Johnson Central shut out Sheldon Clark 8-0. Johnson Central is now 10-7 on the year. Paintsville knocked off McGoffin County 18-0, and the Tigers improved to 11-4. Pike Central got an 18-8 win over Cordia. The Hawks moved to 11-5, and this win, number 300 in Coach Chris Lawson's career. On the baseball diamonds tonight, Lawrence County goes to Belfry. South Floyd will travel to Betsy Lane. Perry Central visits Eastridge. Jenkins will host Pikeville, and Phelps travels to Wolfe County. And in high school softball action yesterday evening, Betsy Lane and Prestonsburg at Stonecrest. Bottom of the sixth, Black Cats trailing by 9. Elizabeth Pretter gets herself in trouble with this rundown. Initially called out, but after discussion, she's placed back on third. Fielder's obstruction was the call. Casey Poston then will come up to bat with the hit to the pitcher, the grounder. That'll drive the first run in for Prestonsburg. 9-1 Betsy Lane. Lady Bobcats in the top of the seventh. Megan Newsom with the hit to center will give her a single and advance the runner. And that brings Brandy Morrow to the plate. The pop-up to short. Elizabeth Prater with the catch and the toss to second for the double play for the Black Cats. Chloe Johnson with this blue pit to right field will place her on second and move Newsom on to third. Mercedes Martin to the plate. A drive to center field, and both Newsom and Johnson would score for Betsy Lane. The Black Cats couldn't battle back with the final score. Betsy Lane 11, Prestonsburg 1. In other action, Phelps defeated Allen Central 17-1. The Pike Central girls 10-1 winners over the Lady Miners of Mingo Central. Tonight in softball action, Betsy Lane travels to Allen Central. Grundy will be at Eastridge. The Pike Central ladies will take on Paintsville. Tug Valley's Lady Panthers head to Phelps. Shelby Valley's Lady Bobcats at Pikeville, and Knott Central goes to South Floyd. That's a lot of action.
That's a lot of action, and it's a lot of chilly weather to be playing baseball and softball
chilly.
in.
Saw a lot of jackets and hoodies, especially the girls bundling up, trying to get their games in.
At least it's clear.
Indeed.
No rain. All right, Andrew, thank you.
We'll be back in 2 minutes. Frosty night tonight.
Indeed, a freeze warning in effect for everyone as temperatures drop into the upper 20s. 66 for tomorrow, another nice day, but the rain showers move in on Saturday, locally heavy at times.
Okay.
And sports guys tonight.
Absolutely. You'll be able to catch the sports guys tonight at 7. Catch you up to date on a lot of discussion about UK, the Reds, and on and on.
As always.
As
All
always.
right, Andrew, thank you.
That will do it for tonight's EKB Evening News. Remember, you can get more local news anytime by listening to the radio stations of East Kentucky Broadcasting.
Of course, you can also follow EKB News and EKB TV on Facebook and on Twitter. Good night, and thanks for watching.